Hey guys, what's going on? Insidious Swede back again here for another YouTube video, and welcome to another manga pickups. This one's for the month of June. Normally I would want to make this closer to the end of the month because if I pick up any more stuff I'd want it to be included. However, I don't see myself buying any more manga for a little while, and it's already been about a month since my last one, so I figured this is good of a time as any. So yeah, and also I changed up the thumbnail for this video, and actually my future thumbnails will all be different. I'm trying it out, so let me know your thoughts on it, if you like it, if you don't, some changes, I don't know, whatever you think, let me know. I always appreciate the input. But personally, I think it looks pretty good. I think it's pretty strong, and definitely better than my old one, which again, I was getting kind of tired of. So yeah, anyways, getting into the manga, first title that I want to talk about is Volume 2, the second and final volume in the series of the Planets manga by, of course, Makoto Yukimura. A gorgeous looking book, I'll be honest with you. I know Dark Horse gets a lot of flack for their manga quality, and deservedly so, but as I said when I showed off Volume 1 for Planets, very strong books, really happy with the way these look. In the opening page, you get these really nice glossy color pages right here, bleeding into the actual series, and then the overall artwork. Let's see if I can find a good example. Here's another color page, but the overall artwork in here is also very strong. Let's see if I can find a good example. Here's one. I like this one a lot, actually. It's just this whole page. Really well detailed, in my opinion, and yeah, just a series, again, I'm very much looking forward to reading. I love Villain Saga by the same mangaka, and 2 volumes long. Should be good to read, and hopefully it's as good as I'm hoping it's going to be. But yes, Planets Volume 2. Next up is Volume 14 of Noragami, Stray God. I've been seeing more and more of Noragami in other pickup videos. I try to watch as many as I can. And that's been great because I'm a fan of the series. I've been a fan of the series when it first came out and really was not being bought by anybody, but really been enjoying to see the support on the manga. It's still been good for me. I've still been very much enjoying it. Continues to get better and better, and I've also seen the first season of the anime, which is also very strong. So yeah, but Noragami, Volume 14, always a great read. Next up is Volume 4 of My Hero Academia. This is a manga I have yet to start, but from my understanding it's a lot like One Punch Man in the sense that it's a manga series based around superheroes, and I've heard nothing but amazing things about it, so that's why I continue to pick it up. I have very high hopes for it, and just a manga that I'm not ready to jump into. I've been reading too many other things. I've been trying to finish a couple series, and this one's definitely pretty high on my next to read list. So I'm definitely excited to jump into this, and definitely have to say these are some of the more some of the better volumes I've seen in terms of volume design for Viz Media. So really nice there. All right, next up is, well, speaking of One Punch Man, Volume 6 of the series. Of course, you guys know this is one of my personal favorite manga series of all time. Just the humor, the complete gruesome fights, and just how amazing the main character is. One of the best main characters in any series I've read, for sure. But just really like the series. Of course, I'm sure you're all reading it, so don't need to spend any time talking about it. And yeah, I'm really glad that they finally decided to publish One Punch Man. Smart move, Viz. Smart move. Next up is Volume 12 of Food Wars Shokugeki no Soma. The Fall Classic story arc, I guess it's called the Fall Classic story arc, I don't know what else it'd be called, continues to get better. I was kind of iffy about it after, you know, the initial beginning of it, because they started focusing too little on Soma and moving into other characters, which I think the highlight of this manga is the protagonist. But everything recently has been enjoyable. I've been loving the Shokugekis, and the artwork remains strong. Again, obviously some of the best artwork you're ever going to find in a manga series, period. Just beautiful, beautiful stuff. And yeah, of course, I'll continue to buy Food Wars. Amazing series. Next, switch it up a little bit. Here is a vertical title. This is one that was literally not on my radar at all. I had no idea it was coming out. It was one that I kind of just saw randomly and was wondering maybe it was a light novel for a second, because Vertical does publish a few of those. Figured I'd check it out, but it is a manga, and looks kind of interesting. So here it is. It's volume 1 of Devil's Line. I don't see anybody talking about it. It just came out as well. So maybe if you guys are interested, I'll do a first impressions on the series, because I like talking about manga that kind of are under the radar. I don't like talking, of course, about series that are extremely popular. I feel like, you know, you should try to expose people to as many series as you can, because you never know what people might be into. But yeah, it looks kind of interesting. It's about demons, I believe, is my understanding. The artwork is fairly decent. I wouldn't say it's incredible, and of course we've seen demon stories before, but I'll give it a shot, or devils rather. But yeah, so hopefully it's good, and if you guys are interested, I could definitely do a first impressions on it. Next up is volume 7, the final volume to A Silent Voice. Definitely, I would say top 3 best thing I've read in 2016. Such an amazing manga series. The ending to this felt a lot like Cross Game. I don't know if you guys have read that sports manga, but it felt a lot like Cross Game for me for some reason. I don't know why. I guess it's because of the last page or panel had that same moment. But overall, incredible series. Even if you can't relate to the bullying aspect of A Silent Voice, I think you can appreciate what it's doing, how the characters improve themselves, and just incredible, guys. If you haven't read A Silent Voice, or kind of tentative, don't be. It's worth a read. It's a very emotional manga, and I think it's all the better for it. So give Silent Voice a chance. 7 volumes in total, and every single one, in my opinion, was fantastic. Next up, another new series, one that I was very much on the fence about, and one that I'm probably not going to spend any time, picking up a couple volumes and then reading a little bit in bulk, because I feel like you can get a better impression if you read more than 1 volume. But because I'm so on the fence about it, because I'm reading so many manga, this one I'm just going to give it the 1 volume. If you guys let me know that it gets amazing, like at volume 5, then I might stick with it a little bit longer. But that is the new Viz Media title, Black Clover. Again, I don't really know what it's about. I've heard the name before, and I feel like it's a series that was released by Tokyo Pop, though that's completely off the top of my head. Maybe I could be completely wrong, but yeah, it looks interesting, and some pretty decent artwork in here. So that always aids my opinion of this series if I like the way the story is drawn. But yeah, Black Clover Volume 1. Let me know if you guys have read this beforehand, and let me know if it's any good or not. But yeah, just going to give it the 1 volume to see if it's worth continuing on with. Alright, rest of the manga is going to be 7 Seas Entertainment stuff. Picked up the 2nd and also final volume of Orange. This is a manga, of course, I knew there was only going to be 2 volumes, so I didn't read volume 1 until I got this one here. Again, this is one of those series that I've heard such amazing things about, one that I was looking forward to reading because, again, of how short it is. Not a big long-term commitment for sure. Artwork inside, pretty strong. I was a fan of it when I saw or looked through the 1st volume. And yeah, so definitely looking forward to reading this one. Should have enough time this coming week to get through it, so maybe I'll do a review on it, maybe I won't, we'll have to see. And also, again, comes down to whether or not you guys want to see the review from me as well. But yeah, Orange Volume 2. Next up is Volume 3 of Mushoku Tensei, Jobless, Reincarnation. Liked Volume 1, I did a first impressions on that. If you want to go check it out, there should be a link in the description. Volume 2 didn't feel as amazing, but I still thought it was pretty strong. So don't know what to expect here with Volume 3, but I will definitely continue on with it. And then the last volume for the video is Volume 2 of Tomodachi X Monster, of course the dark parody of Pokemon, which sounds fantastic in my opinion. 3 volumes, so I will wait for the last volume to come out, and then I'll read it. So yeah, looking forward to it. Looks pretty interesting. I doubt it's going to be, amazing, but hopefully it's worth a good read. And yeah, that is everything that I got this month, guys. So thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down below. But anyways, guys, I am Insidious Swede. Until next time, Take care.